Okay, fourth time trying this video, but it's because I love you guys. So we already read through that, blah, 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 blah. You guys have this. So multiplication property, multiply by one side, you have to do it the other, it's still the same. Division property, multiply one side by, or divide one side by the other, it's all the same. Now, to the notes. Examples, we just circled these here because we're not going to use those signs because it gets confusing when we're working. So, it did not. It's mad at me for recording and then not recording. So, by recording, I had the microphone muted, so I started over. I am 100% positive. I am 100% positive that I'm recording. So, here's the thing that you should just ask yourself when you see this. We see that there is a negative 6.5 times k. So k is having negative 6.5 multiplied by it. And because this is a negative number here, and this is being multiplied by it, and the result is negative, do we know if k is going to be positive or negative?
Yes.
What's it going to be, Cam? It's going to be a positive number. So I don't need to make a mental note or a written note that it's going to be negative. So get out of there. Thank you. Since negative 6.5 is being multiplied by k, to undo that, I have to divide by negative 6.5. Negative 6.5. And I can do both sides because of the division property of equality. I have to do both sides. Now, sorry for those of you listening that I'm going to be clearing my throat a whole bunch, and I apologize for that. Hopefully I'll mute when I cough, though. Yeah. So now I have to think to myself, what do I need to do when I divide decimals? What's the first thing I need to do, Sam?
The number that you're dividing by can't have a decimal in it, so you need to make it 65.
Good. What he just said was, I cannot have a negative or a decimal in my divisor. And also, I don't even need to put the negative signs in here because I know that this quotient here is going to be a positive number. So what I'm going to do is I have to move my decimal point 1 over this way. And I also have to do it 1 over this way. So my new decimal points are going to be here, here, and then I have to draw it straight up. Tomorrow, on Friday's quiz, I'm going to provide some graph paper for you. If those of you who cannot keep the space when you're doing a division problem, I don't want you to make silly mistakes because of your handwriting. Okay? I want you to do well despite not having beautiful handwriting like myself. Yeah, good. A couple of you laughed. All right. So we can't have Dana write for all of, or no, Dominique write for all of us. Yeah? Deal with it. Who does Dominique have better handwriting than we do?
She does.
Okay, so yeah, see, I'm giving you props. All right. So we have, this is multiplication now. We have to do, does 65 go into 63? No, it doesn't, so that's a 0. But it does go into 637. It goes in 9 times. 9 times.
Did you use a calculator?
When I did this earlier today, no. Here's how I knew. Here's how I knew it went in 9 times because it's so close. Because I know that 65 times 10 is 650, and it's really close to that. So I knew it was just 9. So 585. Here's the difference, 52. Oh, here comes a cough. I hope not. I did. Oh, that's probably what happened. I probably coughed and muted it. All right. So now I have 52. Does 65 go into... Oh, I got to bring down 0. Placeholder. Okay. Does 65 go into 52? Or 520? Yes, it does. It goes in 8 times because I can see, here's my thought process. Highlighter. I know that this right here is 65 times 8, and then I recognize, like, oh my gosh, that's 65 less than that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Six. Oh, I know what you're going to say. No. I just didn't write them in here because 7 minus 5 is 2. 3 can't go into 8, so this becomes 5. 13, yeah.
Show your work.
Whoa. I would if this was 3rd grade or 1st grade we were learning that, but we know better. Okay, so we have 9.8, and I'm done. Right, move on to the next one. Ah, there we go. K equals. Good. I'm trying to trick you guys. K equals 9.8. Circle it. Now, the reason why we have to have K equals 9.8 is because we're solving for an inequality. So we have to say what the variable equals. Because you're not going to say 5 kangaroos plus 6 karate kids equals ketchup. Or you can't say 16 plus 32 equals ketchup. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay? Next one. No, not Kesha. She's gross. Next situation. These are the only 2 situations you're going to have this whole homework. Is it's either going to be multiplying or dividing first. Okay? This one here is the other way. This is a situation where what's happening to Z? What's happening to Z? Hey, make sure you're writing exactly as I'm writing, okay? This guy chilling out here is there. Okay, look. Look how I have it right underneath my 63.7. You need to have it like that, so when you're looking at that during your notes, you know what to do. Yes? Z is being divided by negative 5.3. Perfect. So to undo that, I must multiply by negative 5.3. By negative 5.3. And I'm following these rules where I have to use the parentheses. Now, is Z going to be positive or negative? So this is how it looks now. It looks like this, and it looks like this, and it looks like that. So it's Z equals. Is Z going to be positive or negative? Jace.
Like what the answer will be?
What's Z going to be? Z, it's going to be negative because we have a negative times a positive, and it becomes negative. Good. Negative. Good. And also, because we're multiplying decimals, we have to remember how many decimals are in before we get the product. So how many multiples are in there? Or, sorry, how many decimals are in there? Max? There are 2 decimal places. There's one here, and there's one here. So I'm going to write down 2 decimals. Now, if you're struggling at all, or you're afraid you're going to make simple mistakes, I highly suggest you start doing this check mark list, or this checklist that we're going to be filling out as I do examples today. Now it's time to actually set this up. What is the rule about multiplying with decimals? Okay? What is the rule with multiplying with decimals? On this one up here, you'll hear me start to say it. I like to use this one. This green here, the green, it's starting to it's going, moving out east. It's going to move out east, and that's where it's going to stay. However, they're not moving anywhere. What are they doing, Sam?
They just moved on
This is a little bit yesterday, but are they moving out east, or are they going to visit? They're moving to the right, and is that for good? No, they're going on vacation. These decimal points here are going on vacation. Boom. See ya. Boom. See you in a couple weeks. Okay?
In a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And don't come back. All right? They are going on vacation, and we have to multiply those together. We have 89 times a negative 53, because that's a negative up there. So it's a negative 53, but I'm just going to worry about this for my check mark reasons. So we have 7. Here.
What is that?
Now, Z equals 4 7.
No, negative.
Wait for it. Here's what we got to do now. I have what I think I'm done. Now I look at my checklist here. Negative. Whoop. Negative. 2 decimals. 1, 2.
That's what my mom said. She's like, you're good. And then she did that. Why do you do that instead of like that?
What do you mean? The front way?
I know.
No,
that,
this-
Like, for some of them, like you would get the wrong answer. Like with that.
Yeah, you get the wrong answer if there were 5 digits.
But like, why would you get the wrong answer?
It's always supposed to go from the right because they're going to visit out east. Okay? They're visiting out east. Yes, ma'am. Ah, that's actually up for debate. It was actually a headline that I saw in a math journal the other day. It was a question. Yeah. It was a question, was math discovered or invented?
It was discovered.
Because here's one thing, and then you're going to do 1 through 3. I'm going to give you 4 minutes to do it. Here's one of the things. The mathematicians of history before this world was rediscovered, okay, was the Greek and the Egyptians. Okay, but then when they discovered the Mayans had this crazy number called 0, which was a placeholder. They had never used 0 in mathematics until they discovered this world. So, yes, I'm serious. I'm not pulling your leg. 4 minutes, YouTube, bounce ahead to 4 minutes. Everybody in this class, you have 4 minutes to work on an explanation for numbers 1, 2, and 3. You may begin. So, view 50. There we go. All right, YouTube. See you in 4. Well, now it's 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Time. Sorry, I'm 20 seconds late. Okay, we need to go over this. Ooh, mute. Coughing. So, what does somebody have for number 1? What does somebody have for number 1? What property of equality do you use to solve the equation? Negative 3y equals 1.5. What you got?
Multiplication? No, that's not right.
We have, nope, that's not correct. Yeah. Jason.
Division property of equality.
Division property of equality, because it's being multiplied here, but in order to get it to be solved, you have to use the division, which is the opposite. Good. Can someone who doesn't mind being recorded, number 2, can you explain to me what you've got? Could someone please read to me? Well, yeah, what do you, okay, go ahead and, what do you have?
Negative 4.6 times 0.01.
Is that only on one side or both sides? You're negative 4.6 when you multiply that.
Both.
Both, correct. Yeah, so you multiply both sides by negative 4.6. Yes, you are. And then he multiplied negative 4.6 times times 0.01, which would give him negative 0.0046. Just 1 0. I had that in my head because whenever there's just the decimal point moved over, you just move it over twice. Okay, that's number sense. Number 3, there are 2 different ways you can do this. Can you tell me one of them?
3.5 is not equal to 4.1.
3.5 is not equal to 4.1, and how did you get that?
Because 3.5, you have to do, it'd be 4.1 because you have to do 4.1 on both sides.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay, you forgot to divide 4.1 by both sides. Because keep in mind that this is not telling me, this part right here is not, that part is not 4.1 plus n, or, we'll see if we can find what you did there by finding another way to do it. Okay? All right, well, Sam's going to give me one, and then I'm going to give you the other. So, Sam, what do you have there?
I had said because the product of 3.5 and 4.1 is not 16.4.
Good. Okay, here's what he just did. He substituted, or as my freshman algebra teacher used to say, plug and chug. So we have that n, they're saying that we have to prove that n is not 3.5. So what's the equation? 4.1 n times 16.4. So 4.1 n equals, what was it? 16.4. So since we know that n is equal to 3.5, we're going to insert that as n. So we're going to plug it in and chug away. And not the kind of chugging that you do when there's 2 of your friends who didn't finish their milk at lunch. Hey, that's strawberry milk, and I know people have it. I love it. Mute. Okay, so we have, phone is done, so I do 4.1. Yeah, thank you, good catch. 4.1 times 3.5 equals 16.4. Now, if this doesn't equal 16.4, then we know that it can't be 3.5. So what, did anybody do that math off the top of their head? Or wrote that out? Okay, so we have 2 decimals, 14.35. You take care, sir. Ooh, you didn't get the homework. Nice try. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, check out the very last 2 minutes of the YouTube video to see which ones are the examples on the notes you don't have to, okay? 16.4. Is 14.35 equal to 16.4?
No.
Yes, it is. Thank you. It is not. Womp. So I do that line through there because that means it is not correct. Okay, that is not equal. So that proves that 3.5, that means that 3.5 cannot equal n. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is just solve for n, and it doesn't equal to 3.5. Yes? If you that's just showing you how to check yourself. Because if you can check your answer and you come up with the same thing, like for this one here, you could insert this as being this, and if you still get the answer as 8.9, you know you did it correct. Okay? Good, good, good. Okay. Now here's what we're going to do for the next part. There are plenty of examples there that I think that you can get the idea even without doing them all. So I want you to write for number 1, what'd you write, Smith? For number 9, Smith. Yes, it's not in order, but hey, this is math. It's just counting, right? Yeah, number 1 is easy, and it's too easy because this is the first time that we've done this curriculum, and there will be some errors, and that's okay. So the numbers are 1, 9, 11, and 10. You do not need to do those. But we're going to work those out because they're easy, exactly.
But why can't we get the easy?
If you can do the hard ones, then you'll be fine with the easy ones on the quiz.
Yeah, but what if we can't do
That's why I'm here to answer your questions if you can't do the hard ones. That's the idea. Because you are more likely to have questions with the hard ones. So you're going to work on those. I'm going to be starting to write the answers up here. And because you are the class that this is being recorded, so people that are watching this on YouTube don't have to bounce forward, make sure you complete the ones before looking up to see how to do it. And you can see what I do differently. And I'm actually going to leave the mic on this time so I can talk it out. When I work it. Yeah, talk it out. Talk it out. All right. Here we go. You may begin on those. Then I'm going to have somebody pass out the homework. Have you helped me out today? No. Oh, actually, Cam, could you pass out? Oh, wait. Well, hold on. You might get trumped here. Somebody's birthday wants to do me a favor. So you can pass it out if you'd like to. And happy birthday. So we are completely quiet as we work on these. I'm going to be doing the check mark up here. Those of you at home, it'll be visible right here, and then I'm going to start working on it. I'll talk it out, though. But I need my class to be completely silent. After you pass those out and figure out what's going on what, be completely silent. Yes, sir. Yes, you may. So here's what's happening here. We have negative 0.05 being multiplied by x.
you have to do all of these?
Yeah, it's only 20 questions. Hopefully it doesn't take you guys more than 45 minutes tonight. The notes? The ones that say my name you don't have to do. Okay. Stop talking. A lot of absences today. So we have x being multiplied by something, so I have to divide. Okay. I'm going to put this up higher so I don't have to talk as loud. I think. No, I'll hold it in my hand. Okay. So negative 0.05. So I know that x is going to be positive. Set up like this, 0.05, 0.95. They're both negative, so I can ignore it. And in order to set this up correctly, I have to move the decimal point in the divisor over 2. 1, 2. So it goes 1, 2. My decimal point goes here. Five goes into 9 one time. 5 comes down. 9 times 5 is 45. 0 remainder. X equals 19. That's the correct answer for that one. And I will drop back and show the whole page in a minute. Okay, but you do have to finish the notes, examples, while I'm here to answer your questions before you begin the homework. Right now we have t being multiplied by negative 12.6, so I divide by negative 12.6, negative 12.6, and I know because of this that my product, or my quotient, is going to be negative. So now I set it up. 12.6 divided by 28, 98. And I cannot have any decimals in my divisor, so this gets moved to here. I have to do the same to my dividend. Then I move my decimal point, put it right there. $126 goes into 289 twice. Goes 252. Did I tell you guys about the graph paper?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have graph paper available so you guys don't make any silly mistakes like I did the last couple of periods ago. Or 126 goes into 738 3 times, or 378. Nice and pretty. Zeros make me happy there. X equals 2.3. Take care of that negative. Boom. Don't need to do that one. Don't need to do those. Do need to do that one. Y is being divided by 1.7, so that means I have to multiply by 1.7 to both sides because of the multiplication property of equality. And there's two things that I can know now. That x, or that y, is going to be negative. Because in order for a positive and a negative to come together, it'll have to be negative. And I also, because I have I have one decimal point there in a multiplication problem. I know that there's one decimal. Let's set this up. 17 times 3, because I ignore the decimals, they go on vacation until the end, which comes out to be 1, 2. So now it's y equals 51. I have to make it negative 1 decimal. Y equals negative 5.1. Here we have negative or positive 0.42 to be multiplied by y. So to undo that, I have to divide by positive 4.42, positive 4.2, and I see here that there's a negative being divided by a positive. So I know that my y is going to be negative. And if you're done with the examples, everybody, you can start the homework if you want to, and I'll show the answers, or you can just check it out tonight on YouTube. So now I set it up. 0.42. I'm going to just bring that back later. 26166. I need to make sure that I do not have any decimals in my divisor. Here's where the decimal was. 1, 2. Put my decimal straight up there. So that's on now. That's gone now. That's gone now. And that's gone now. 6. Six, 3. Zeros are good. 6.23. Take care of my negative. Boom. And the last melon. And this is the one that I messed up last time I tried to shoot this video. I know that this is going to be negative. I know there are 2 decimal points. So we have 45 times 32. Negative 2 decimal points. Starting here, 1, 2. Negative 14.4. Back it up. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. What's that from? Oh, this one. Did you guys do 14? Yeah. Okay. I'll do number 14 as well. So 2, x equals 19, 8, 9, 12, 18, 16. Thicker. 9. Oh, not 9. You do not need your mathematics textbooks tomorrow. Nope, you will not need them all week. All right. 2. So thank you very much. Take care. Good luck.